Wonder Woman 1984. So Wonder Woman 1984 is set in 1984 during the Cold War. The film follows Diana and her past love Steve Trevor, Chris Pine, as they face off against Max Lord, Pedro Pascal, and Cheetah, played by Christian Rigg. Alright, so the first Wonder Woman movie, I loved. Oh my god, I had such a fun time with it. It was so funny and so accurate, and I was smiling, and I loved it. I loved it. It wasn't the only, I had just only a few issues with it, like for example the villains, but I loved it. I loved the first Wonder Woman movie, and then I heard that they were making a sequel to it, and I was very excited. Patty Jenkins is coming back. Gal Gadot is coming back. I was so excited for it, and then of course COVID happened, and this movie was one of the victims of the pandemic, and everything shut down, and then it was announced that this was going to be I believe it was the first movie to be released on HBO Max. I believe it was it was the first movie to be released on HBO Max. I don't know if it's HBO Max and in theaters simultaneously, but anyway, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. So going into this movie, I was very excited, and let me tell you something, and I'm going to tell you right now, this movie is a major disappointment. It is a huge step down from the first movie. This movie comes off as cliche and mediocre. It really is. Even though I love Patty Jenkins' direction in this, like trying to escape into this new era, this new decade with the 80s. And then, I love the performances. Gal Gadot is amazing as Wonder Woman. The performances, the actors are great. The action is pretty entertaining, but, of course, all that. You all know that. But it really is a huge step down. This whole movie is focused on this stone, like this stone that grants people's wishes, and like the villains are very poorly developed. Max Lord is an oil company mogul. He wants oil. He wants to take control of like oil companies. I don't know. And he is the dream stone itself. And oh my god, the way the movie handled Cheetah. Cheetah is my favorite Wonder Woman villain. I loved her. Like, I think it's because of Justice League, like the animated series. But yeah, Cheetah is my favorite Wonder Woman villain. And the way the movie handled it, I was so disappointed about this interpretation of Cheetah. Like, oh my god. And also, like, Barbara Minerva, like Kristen Wiig's character, they really are going for like the cliche trope of oh, she's the nerdy character who nobody knows, who nobody heard of, and she gets befriended by the protagonist. They really are going for that route, and it's like I'm like, are you serious? Oh, Jesus. They could have picked a better villain. I really wanted the main villain to be Cheetah, but instead they went for a different route. I'm very disappointed and a little bit angry if I'm being honest about the way they handled Cheetah. But yeah, and then like the one biggest thing that everyone is talking about, and I'm gonna address it right here. It's a huge controversy. You know, it's so, and yeah, it's a spoiler. So Diana, Wonder Woman, she makes a wish on the Dreamstone, and her wish was to bring back Steve Trevor. Okay, so instead of the Dreamstone creating like a projection of Steve Trevor, Steve Trevor, instead of creating like this physical projection of Steve Trevor, they put Steve Trevor's, Chris Pine's, like himself in a random guy's body, who in the movie is credited as the handsome man. He's put inside the man's body, and he's doing like all these dangerous things. Like he's getting himself, like Steve Trevor is getting into all these dangerous and deadly like action scenes, and inside the man's body without his consent, including a sex scene or a love scene. I mean, I don't know if, I mean, we don't get to see this. I mean, we don't see the sex scene, but they were, but they didn't have clothes and they were in bed together. But I believe it was implied that they, were making love, that it was a love scene between Diana and Steve without without the guy's permission, without his consent. And like the film didn't acknowledge what happened to the man while Steve was inhabiting his body, and Steve and Diana not appearing, they didn't even consider the issue of consent, even if Steve coming back but in another man's body was not any of the character's intention. Like that's like straight up rape right there. Oh my god. It was like, I don't know, the whole body swap trope, what cliche, whatever you want to go with, whatever the term you want to choose, what you want to use, I don't think it was right. I don't think that was right. Like putting Steve Trevor in another man's body and that man doing all these crazy action scenes, and then him having a love scene with Diana without his consent. It's just that's like oh my god, that's like the one thing that is stuck in my mind. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. I heard that they're making a third movie. I heard that a third Wonder Woman movie has already been greenlit, and it's in development. I really hope they pick things back up, because this was a huge disappointment. This was a major letdown. Sorry, but that's just my honest opinion. The action scenes, performances, they were all great, but the whole thing about I just can't get that out of my head. Why couldn't the Dreamstone like make a physical projection of Steve Trevor, instead of him putting Steve Trevor inside another man's body without his consent and doing all these crazy things? It just doesn't feel right. But anyway, and also Wonder Woman has the ability to turn things invisible. I didn't know that. I didn't know Wonder Woman. I didn't know that was a superpower Wonder Woman have. She can turn things invisible. Okay. She has this magic ability, I guess. Why couldn't wouldn't it be easier for the Jet to have a cloaking device with just a flip of a switch? Anyway, that's all I have to say for Wonder Woman 1984. This is just a major letdown. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for taking your time to listen to my review. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends and family, and I will see you soon.